I'm Jeanette McCrory and this is Unit 2, 2.1. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to safely light a fire and keep it burning for 10 minutes. So I have with me today, I have a gradient of different log sizes, I have my fire safety gloves, my first aid kit, fire first aid kit, my fire blanket and a bucket of water for putting it out at the end. I've already set my fire up, well, not set the fire up, I've set the design up, and I've used the waffle method. So what I've got in here is some tumble dryer fluff, and I use the tumble dryer fluff because it ignites really well. I've got a fair amount in there that I've collected, and then I've crisscrossed them over the top to make a waffle style fire. Now, in my area, I've got the children's seats are at least a 5 metre circle around, and then I've got a 1 metre fire circle in the middle. We, in our setting, have a permanent fire circle. Obviously, if I was making this in a temporary site, I'd have to make sure that I had enough space to be able to do that and find a suitable location. But this is actually a fire circle that we use the majority of the time. We actually have two in our setting, but this is the one I've chosen to use today. So I've got my flint, and what I'm going to do is light the tumble dryer fluff. First of all, I'm just going to make sure that none of my clothes are loose and they're not. I'm just going to zip this pocket up. I've got my boots on, I've got my glove ready for putting the logs on at the end. For ease, I wouldn't be able to do this with a fire glove on, so I'm going to light the fire with my striker beforehand and then put my glove on. I'm taking the respect position to light it to ensure that I've got 3 points of contact with the ground so that I'm not going to fall into the fire. And whilst my fire's burning, I will stay here by the fire to ensure that I'm watching over it. Okay, and that's already burning. So if I was to teach children how to do this or to invite them into the fire circle, they would again be outside the 1 metre area. If we were making marshmallows or learning how to cook, I would ensure that all of them were in the respect position and ensure that they know the safety protocol beforehand. I wouldn't light fires until I know the children are safe and I know that they are sensible enough to follow the correct protocol of making sure they sit in the fire circle until they're invited in. We walk around the outside of the fire circle, making sure that they can't sort of step into the fire circle to sit down until they're invited to do so, and that I've told them that it is safe to do so, and they need to show that they're sensible enough to follow those instructions. So my fire is nicely burning now. I'm just going to wait for it to take hold of the next layer, and then I'm going to layer it up again. It's actually a really beautiful fire. So what I don't want to do with my fire is leave it too long that the top is burning, and so that it's a chance of it going out before I get the next layer on. So now that the top is just starting to take, to ensure that I can keep it burning for a good length of time, I can then put on my next layer. And I will carry on with the waffle method of making sure that that goes over, that it falls over. But that's okay because it's just spreading out. The fire's still burning. And there hot embers underneath. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going like this, keep my fire going for 10 minutes, sorry. Take some photos and then come back at the end when it's time to extinguish the fire.